Every year, over 90 million people visit France, 45 million go to Italy. But guess how many people went to Moldova last year? Just over 100,000. That's not a typo. That's a Tuesday in Paris. Hey, dear Wanderlusters and couch travelers. Today we are diving into the 15 most underrated countries in the planet. The ones people forgot existed. But once you go there, they will haunt your dreams in the best way possible. So, if you are tired of queuing behind 400 people for a sunset in Santorini, stick around, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Let's discover the world's best kept secrets. First stop is Bhutan, a tiny Himalayan kingdom where GDP is boring, but gross national happiness is the real flex. No McDonald's, no traffic lights, and yet everyone seems more chill than a yoga instructor on green tea. But there are risks and challenges you will have to encounter before visiting Bhutan. Bhutan limits tourism. You will need a visa, a government-approved guide, and a roughly $200 a day to visit that tiny country. So before you visit, start planning early. And hey, maybe meditate before you see the bills. Next up is Moldova. You've never heard of it. If Europe were a concert, Moldova is that underground indie band only cool people knows about. The challenge about Moldova is this. It's one of Europe's poorest nation. And tourism isn't really a thing yet in the country. Infrastructure-wise, a little bit patchy. But for wine lovers, this is Mecca, which I think is a good thing, especially for British tourists. And with 120 miles of underground wine tunnels, you could literally get lost and be happy about it. Number three is Ethiopia, which is considered as the real cradle of civilization. Ethiopia isn't just ancient, it's biblically ancient, like Queen of Sheba, ancient. However, before visiting Ethiopia, just know that not all areas are stable. Some regions face political conflict. Stay updated and travel smart. Also, that altitude sickness is real. That beautiful highland air comes with a side of dizziness. Just pretend you are tipsy from the coffee. Speaking of their coffee, it's basically espresso, blessed by God. Number four is Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is the Beyonce of the Silk Road. Glamorous, powerful, and surprisingly underappreciated. The challenge with Uzbekistan is this. Outside the main cities, English is scarce. Your Google Translate app will be your new BFF. Aside that, there is a lot of good things about Uzbekistan. My favorite is the food. Plov is a rice dish with meat, veggies, and enough oil to fry your future away. Trust me, it's extremely delicious. Number five is Nepal, not just Everest backyard. Sure, Everest gets all the headlines, but Nepal is like an entire Netflix series, not just one peak. We all can acknowledge the post-earthquake reconstruction is still ongoing in some areas, and infrastructure varies depending on what part of the country you are. But generally, before traveling to Nepal, invest in good hiking boots and a strong stomach, both for the altitude and for the dal bath, which is staple food in Nepal. Number six is Slovenia. Hero Fairy Tale Corner. Slovenia is what happens when Italy and Austria fall in love and move to a cabin in the woods. Slovenia is gaining popularity, so don't assume it's totally off the radar anymore. Lake Bled gets busy in the summer, so when you travel to Slovenia, don't be afraid to rent a car or use a public transportation and ride to freedom, which leads to the best hidden spots. Number seven is Georgia. I'm talking about the country in Europe, not the state in the US. Georgia is basically a human hog disguised as a nation. And the wine? older than Jesus. The challenging thing about Georgia is their relationship with Russia, which is really, really complicated. That has made some border areas to be restricted. So stay informed when you travel there. When you are there, expect to be force fed kachapuri. Don't resist the cheese bread with a running egg yolk. Trust me, you're gonna like it. Number 8 is Albania, the Mediterranean rebel child. Albania is what Greece would look like if it had commitment issues and way fewer tourists. So when you visit Albania, don't have high expectation on infrastructures. Infrastructures there are catching up. Some roads are adventurous, but that's part of the fun. So while in Albania, don't forget to rent a utility vehicle and get used to people offering you rakia at 10 a.m. in the morning. Number 9 is Jordan, the history that hits differently. If Indiana Jones had a favorite country, it would be Jordan. Petra is just the tip of the archaeological iceberg. But before traveling to Jordan, be aware it borders some politically unstable regions. So people often lumped it in with the wrong headlines. But Jordan is safe, peaceful, and incredibly welcoming. And yes, you can actually float in the Dead Sea. It's like sitting in the salty hammock. Just don't shave beforehand. Trust me. Another travel tip to Europeans, especially Jordan is not Marbella or Santorini. Dress modestly, especially in rural areas, and bring lip balm. That desert air hits hard. Number 10 is Madagascar, nature's mad scientist lab. Welcome to Madagascar, where 90% of the wildlife look like it was designed during a particularly creative acid trip. Before you book a trip, just know the infrastructure is not great. Roads are rough, flights are really expensive, but the payoff, you get to witness National Geographic level magic firsthand. And yes, the lemurs are real, but sadly, they don't sing I like to move it, missed opportunity. If you want to visit, go during the dry season, that means between May and October, and bring bug spray like industrial strength. You're going to need it. Number 11 is Laos, Southeast Asia's quiet soul. Laos is like Thailand's chill younger cousin. Less traffic, fewer tourists, and way more room to breathe. One of the challenges about Laos is this: it's landlocked. So there is no beach life. And transportation is really, really slow. But that's part of the beauty. Another fun fact about Laos is this: Laos isn't trying to impress you. It's the travel version of a quiet morning coffee in a hammock. So when you travel there, always respect the local Buddhist customs. Dress modestly at temples. Try not to shout YOLO at the monks. Number 12 is Nicaragua, the underdog of Central America. Nicaragua is the punk rock backpacker's dream, wide, raw, and still pretty off the beaten path. One of the setbacks of this country is this: it had political protests and unrest in recent years. Things are calmer now, but always check travel advisories before you go there. One of the surprising things about Nicaragua is this: you can actually bore down the side of an active volcano, which is either a terrible idea or the best day of your life. But always endeavor to stick to the tourist friendly regions and travel with legit operators for activities. Oh, and wear study pants as well. Volcanoes are not jeans friendly. Number 13 is Kyrgyzstan, pics and pictures. Kyrgyzstan is where horses and currency yachts are homes. And mountains, they are everywhere, like everywhere. One of the challenges of visiting this country is English isn't widely spoken, and facilities outside Bishkek can be basic, but the hospitality is legendary. Kyrgyzstan is like Switzerland and Mongolia had a wide mountain baby and gave it zero influencers. Before you visit, don't forget to bring cash, learn some Russian phrases, and prepare to sleep in a tent with strangers who will probably feed you until you bust. Number 14 is Suriname, South America's cultural mashup. Wait, a country in South America where people speak Dutch, cook Indonesian food, and party like it's carnival. Yep, that's Suriname. But there are setbacks as well. It's not super developed for tourism yet. Outside of Paramaribo, things get very remote very quickly. But where else can you eat roti, hear Dutch slang, and spot big dolphins in the jungle? Exactly. So before you travel, bring mosquito repellent, brush up on your Dutch, and pray for humidity level that can steam a baguette. Thing is not Macedonia, not Macedonia, the Balkan comeback kid. Not Macedonia is Europe mystery mixed with a bit of Greek, a bit of Slavic, and a whole lot of underappreciated. The challenging thing about the country is this: there is still some name drama. Ask Greece, and tourism is only now picking up speed. The capital, Skopje, is like someone gave a 12-year-old SimCity an unlimited marble. Don't forget to visit Ohrid. Ohrid is a hidden gem, ancient churches, crystal clear lake, and way cheaper than Croatia. Go before it blows up. And you know what? There are still dozens more out there, from Sao Tome and Principe to Eswatini. The world is full of unsung heroes, and you've got time, right? So why do we keep going to the same five countries on repeat when the planet is brimming with overlooked magic? If you made it this far, congratulations, you are officially a travel rebel. Let us know in the comment sections which underrated country you would love to book a flight to right now. Until next time, keep exploring and remember the best stories start in places nobody talks about. Bye.